Well, everybody complains about the weather in London. I've got no idea why. I'm here on a pretty sunny day. It's been sunny for 5 days, and I'm with Neleen Strauss, owner of the High Timber restaurant here on the banks of the River Thames. Neleen,
Hello,
thanks for having me. Great to be here.
Lovely to have you here again.
Thank you very much.
You always make us happy because you bring the sunshine.
Hand luggage. It's quite easy to bring it over. Neleen, you've been here for over 20 years.
Almost 20.
Almost 20.
Yeah.
Why London? You from the Vrystaat?
Of course, once a Vrystater, always a Vrystater. I like the weather in London. It's always fantastic.
Okay.
No, London is a great city. It's the center of the universe. It's got lovely people. It's got, if you're into wine, you get wines from all over the world.
Yep.
And yeah, it's great and it's a great location I have. So.
Okay, Neleen, you've been in the restaurant trade in South Africa as well. Mm-hmm. How's it different from what you did back in Johannesburg, is where you started off, and coming to a big city like London? I mean, obviously there must have been serious challenges.
There's still daily challenges. It's way more difficult, but I think the thing that made it much easier is I got a lot of English friends, British friends, American friends.
Okay.
There's Europe.
Sorry to hear that.
Europe is a quick swim away.
Right.
It's easy to get to.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's you physically work harder. You don't have the staff force you have in South Africa. When I arrived here, it was daunting. But you know what? You have to get on with it. And
I mean, 20 years ago, you must have been 18 when you arrived.
No, 14.
14.
Yes.
Okay. Well, since then, a lot has happened. The hard work has paid off. You've received the freedom of the City of London.
Yes, I can now chase my sheep over Tower Bridge. Okay. I've asked them if I can chase cheetahs over, but they said no.
Well, as long as you've chased the sheep over the bridge and then bring them to the restaurant, because the
chef can do his magic.
Chef can do his magic. We had an Oldenburg dinner here last night, and anybody visiting London, right across the river, you see the Tate Modern. Just behind us is St. Paul's, the Millennium Bridge behind us. I mean, there's so many things to see and do, and we're on the beach here. The kids are playing in the background. The location, Neleen, is absolutely stunning.
It's marvelous. I sometimes come out, I stand and look at the view, and you forget about life behind you. You forget that you're in the square mile of London.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's a great
It's like
location.
being in Stellenbosch, I guess.
Almost, yeah.
Okay. Your partner is Gary Jordan. Gary's doing amazing
Gary
stuff.
and Kathy have got so much energy. They live in East Sussex temporary. They also they're very hands-on in Stellenbosch.
I know.
They're already producing honey, which chef uses for in the kitchen.
I guess the bees are doing it, not them.
Yeah, the bees. He's got lots of hives and the little outfit, and he's planted stuff that you need for gin.
Yeah.
My technical knowledge on that is, I'll just drink the gin and sell it because it will be good.
I've seen your pictures.
Jordan.
I know you do.
And he also planted Chardonnay, Pinot Meunier, and Pinot Noir 2 weeks ago, and that will be for the bubbly they will make. Okay. I'm not sure if they'll do it under the Jordan name, but I think the Jordan name should be in there because everything that Gary and Kathy do turns to gold.
They're amazing ambassadors, as you are for South African wines in London.
Thank you, but they are fabulous.
Now, I've sold a few different brands of wine, and from day one I've felt very welcome here. I've been sick here, I've had toothache, and you've nursed me through all my problems.
Negronis, nurse Negronis, make a wonderful nurse.
They do work well. But we had a lovely Oldenburg dinner last night.
And the people raved about the wine and food.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we actually sold some takeaways.
Okay, great.
They really
so
enjoyed it.
The group.
And thanks for doing it.
No, it was. I mean, it's a no-brainer. I mean, you're always one of my first stops in London. I feel welcome here. I think, as does all the South African marketers and winemakers. So thanks for that.
Ken Forrester calls us the South African Embassy. So.
Well, exactly. So, I mean, I know that we're all welcome, and I know you love seeing and hosting. I mean, last night when I came here, there were like 150 people here still.
Yeah, but luckily they left before you started hosting.
But, they were not here for my dinner, but you were out on your feet, and yet you carried on. When I left at 11 last night, you were still going on. So
it's life, you have to.
And today you're appearing in my TV show, so
fantastic.
Thanks for that. Neleen, in the future, are you planning to stay here for a long time, or don't you even think about it?
You take it year by year. I mean, we've got a bit of an odd political situation at the moment. I'm not that fond of Brexit, but you know, like South Africans do, fit in or leave.
Yes.
And we'll have to make that work. It's going to be difficult, but we'll have to get through it. Adapt or die.
Yeah. Well, I think that's in typical South African spirit. You know, we take on the challenges head on, and we just get on with business. I mean, selling wine in South Africa, how's it changed over the last 20 years from
selling South African wine?
Selling South African
it's
wine
much easier.
at quite a high price point, I guess.
It's much easier because
Really?
the world has gifted us the internet. There's Greg Sherwood. I saw you at him on it.
No, Greg's a great ambassador
He's
as
doing
well.
a fantastic job. He's my first port of call. Greg, what's any wine? And there's wine writers that's very fond of South Africa.
I know Tim Atkin as well. He puts in a lot of effort.
He does,
in.
and I mean the fact that he gave Kanonkorp that 100 points
Yes.
put us out there on the map. Jamie Goods loves South Africa.
Jamie loves South Africa.
It's really.
Robert Joseph comes to South Africa often.
Yes.
I actually saw him at the London Wine Fair. He made a comment that the wines are getting better year on year, and South Africans are now producing South African wines. They're not trying to be something else.
No, they do.
Which
Local
is
is
massive.
lekker, you know.
Local is lekker.
It's what it should be. Johan Krige is having lunch here today, so
Okay.
I'm going to have to beg him for the Cabernet 2015 for a bigger allocation after what Tim Atkin did to his poor sour.
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Tim.
But Johan's also out there walking the streets, as does Bayers, and I mean, there's so
they
many
all
Ken
do.
Forrester.
The proper winemakers from South Africa work their backsides off. They,
Yeah.
they walk, they all over the world. They travel, they promote our stuff, and they've been doing a fantastic job. I mean, I can't do what I do here if the wine was rubbish.
No, for sure.
And the wine's fabulous these days. I mean, every year just gets better and better. There's little, I mean, they give us these stages. You had Stellenbosch and Hermanus, and then the Swartland came in, and okay, Elgin's always been there.
And now it's the Banghoek.
No, but there's now wines in Priska. It's called
Priska.
the Die Verlore Bokoe. I love it. It's a Cabernet.
Wow.
It's little pockets that's just delivering magic.
Oh, that's
Which
so
is
wonderful to
fantastic,
hear.
yeah.
I think the South African winemakers are having fun while they're doing it, which is a good thing. I mean,
I hope so.
No, it shows. I mean, alcohol does help to have more fun, I guess. But Neleen, thank you so much. I mean, you're often in South Africa. You have South African friends. I see Sue-Ann Braun. I met her husband yesterday,
Last night,
Chris. And the South Africans see this as a place to come and just get a bit of
Biltong and
Biltong and
Droëwors.
Droëwors. I see
Sunshine.
you often in South Africa.
I've got a thing for the bush.
Yeah, I know.
So
We can take you out of the bush, but you can't take the bush out of you,
Nope.
as they say. Well, Neleen, thank you so much.
Thanks
it's
for coming,
always so
Dave.
nice to be here, and thanks for also, selling our Oldenburg wines
Oldenburg wines rock.
all the way from Rondekop in the Banghoek. I'll be back. First port of call always when I'm in London.
See
Thank you
Tuesday.
so much.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you
Thanks
so
a lot.
much.